What is good, Lottery Stocks fam? You all saw GameStop drop massively last night, down about 8, 9%, now down about 11% today. And it is because of this $1.3 billion capital raise that they just raised. And people are upset about it because of the price action. I'm going to explain it in simple English terms to you. And I'm going to explain what happened. Is it good for GameStop? Is it bad for GameStop? It actually depends. And I'm gonna explain why. It depends on the market that we're going into. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on. And my brief conclusion is that I think this is huge for GameStop in a good way. So let me break it down very simply if you don't know what happened. If you don't know what happened at all, GameStop decided to issue convertible notes to raise $1.3 billion. Now, what this means is, well, the basic stats, after looking into it, I'll explain it. They have a 0% interest rate on this. Now, this is important, and the offering is due 2030. So, in other words, GameStop, as a company, has said, hey, we will take a $1.3 billion investment from X party and X party, or maybe it's just one party that, gave them the $1.3 billion, and we are going to give you these notes. Basically, GameStop is saying, here's a receipt. Since you paid us $1.3 billion, this receipt is going to be redeemable for A, shares of the company, which would mean dilution, or in this instance, which is important, cash. Okay, that is important. Now you need to pay attention to that. GameStop has $1.3 billion cash raised with a 0% interest rate, and this is due April 1st of 2030 unless converted or redeemed earlier. So they have no interest payments on this. And since the notes have a 0% coupon, GameStop avoids making interest payments, which is positive for cash flow. And what they're doing with the $1.3 billion is putting it into Bitcoin. This is put very simply. It's very stated. Now, some things are not stated in the filing, but what we do know is that GameStop has flexibility with repayment. They are allowed to pay in cash or stock or even both, a mix of both, which is extreme flexibility for whoever gave them the money. And then they also have no interest rate, and they are going to put $1.3 billion on top of whatever else they're putting into Bitcoin. Now, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing for GameStop? I'm going to get into it. We have seen that this guy has been very vocal, and this is just my theory. And then we have also seen, and he just put the eye emojis to GameStop announces the private offering that we're talking about. There's also his boy that has been very vocal. They have also met with Ryan Cohen. We've seen that in pictures. And then you have Michael Saylor as well. Now, Ryan Cohen's quiet, Roaring Kitty's quiet, Larry Cohen's quiet, Pult is quiet, and why? It's because they can't say anything. But the two dudes from Qatar have been hinting at tin and have been front-running news. They actually front-run the news about Bitcoin to us before it even came out. And clearly they have showed pictures with Ryan Cohen. This is very simply put. Now, GameStop is pulling a MicroStrategy move. Here's my tin really quick, right? These two dudes from Qatar gave funding for this, and all they want in return is just something that is so minimal back to them. And in fact, the price action I see today on GameStop makes me insanely bullish, but not only as a small retail investor, because I see large players seeing what's about to come. Now, they're pulling a MicroStrategy move. MicroStrategy bought Bitcoin, issued notes, and their stock soared 4,000%. Now, GameStop's issuing $1.3 billion in notes and will buy Bitcoin too. If Bitcoin pops off, a 4,000% move would bring GameStop above $1,000. The difference is GameStop has around 10 times the cash and 10 times the market cap of MicroStrategy when MicroStrategy started the strategy in August of 2020. So there's a difference right there. Then we also see these large whales, the Bitcoin therapists, and just to put that into perspective, over 205,000 followers on X, saying I didn't initially see the value in MicroStrategy 4 years ago. It took me about 2 years before I understood the value proposition. I learned and adapted. I will not make the same mistake with GameStop. This has the potential to be effing huge, not financial advice. Now you move on. Kip Harridge over Heritage over on X, 42,000 followers, and he says we remain aggressively long on GME. Looking forward to seeing what Ryan Cohen has planned for his new Bitcoin hedge fund. And yesterday, I showed you other longs who are entering Bitcoin or GameStop. This is important price action. Okay, we got a gap down today, and I think down 15-16%. One, market makers just burn tons and tons, shit tons of premium. Two, institutions get to enter GameStop at a good price, at a better price than they have been entering at over a long period, or new institutions, new funds are being allowed to enter at a great price, in my opinion. The fact that a company with almost now $6 billion plus cash on hand after the convertible notes is about to buy Bitcoin is huge. The fact that it's trading sub $24. And I find this as an amazing opportunity, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, to buy more shares and buy more calls personally, right? I will show you the price action very quick. We have a huge gap down from 27.36 to roughly 26.32, give or take some pennies on both ends. What GameStop would technically have had to do today is close back above 25. Why? That is because of this little uptrend it's in. It started back here on March 13th, bounced off of the trend line March 20th, almost retested it the 25th, and today broke through it. Now, if we close back above that, you still hold an aggressive uptrend. If you don't, you come down to the next support, which I would state and show you on the daily, is this descending parallel channel, which is right down here. If it were to hit it today, 23.40 or 23.35 would likely be the bottom. If we hit it March 31st, we could come down to 23 even. And the longer we sell off, we would hug the top of this channel, hopefully not breaking back into it. Also, keep in mind, GameStop had 53 million in volume yesterday. We haven't seen that type of volume since September 20th. After September 20th, we saw large moves, which took us from the low to the relative highs up about 77%. Okay, so these are some things to note over on GameStop. I also wanted to note the last few earnings, and it happens a lot. GameStop dumps after. It's on an algorithm. Okay, it's very simple. It's on an algorithm. As far as AMC goes, and we're not done with GameStop, so keep watching, because I'm going to give you a very, you know what, before we even talk about AMC, let's talk about it, right? Let's finish off the GameStop news. Bitcoin is trading at 87K. Put very simply, it is hugging large sell walls. It's hugging a rising wedge. And what you're likely to see, in my personal opinion, is a breakdown to scare people, maybe bounce off of 84, just sub 85 to wick under, and so they can grab some more liquidity before rallying higher into highs coming into April, May, June. April, May, June. That is strength months. And if GameStop has invested in Bitcoin prior to this, that is what will be huge. Worst case scenario about these convertible notes, and best case scenario. Worst case scenario, we see a crypto winter and the top is in on Bitcoin. And this is now one of the most crucial things that we have to watch for GameStop. So you're going to be seeing a lot of Bitcoin. Worst case scenario, you enter a bear market and you wick down. GameStop's going to drop and flush with it very, very hard. Best case scenario, more likely case scenario, April, May, June, resurrection 420. Coming into the summer months when things start to have squeezes, you see GameStop and Bitcoin. You see Bitcoin flying, you see altcoins flying, you see GameStop absolutely flying. It's not even funny how high this thing will go if Bitcoin enters into another bull market. And take a look at Dogecoin, right? All of these altcoins that moved when GameStop and AMC moved, they are just blowing off steam right now. So this huge algorithmic jump in GameStop wouldn't have been sustainable, breaking out of this wedge up about 26%. It wasn't ready to squeeze because look at the overall market. There's not liquidity being pumped in for a bull run yet. It's just blowing off some steam, but we did get a little bit of gap up here, a little bit of gap up on GameStop, a little bit of a gap up on several other altcoins. Okay, so that's important to note, as well as AMC. AMC, put very simply, it is just waiting. It's waiting for a bull market, hopefully some sort of positive news, positive catalyst. But the fact that, at least right now, GameStop separated itself from AMC is very interesting. But again, it just got pulled back down by short sellers, algorithms, all the way back down to this channel. that is what is happening with the convertible notes. If that helped you guys out at all, make sure to like the video. We're going to continue really quick. I want to talk about Tesla before the overall market to close out the video. It's up 4.5%. And I find that this is doing exactly what MicroStrategy just did, where it hugged this descending resistance zone before breaking out higher. And I think Tesla has a great opportunity for calls here up to 313 over the next 15 to 20 days. At most 15 to 20 days. 313 is a price target on Tesla. 300 first is going to be major resistance. I see us gapping up to that probably by after hours over the weekend or Monday or Tuesday or something along the lines of that. I see an opportunity here, and I'll give it to the YouTube members. I already told Discord about it. Then we saw GDP come out today, rising 2.4%, estimated 2.3, previously 3.1. This is a little bit of iffy data, but I don't think the market needs to react very negatively to it. Mexico's president said we are going to give an integral response to tariffs after April 2nd. So reciprocal tariffs on the reciprocal tariffs are coming. The trade war continues. Trump's 25% auto tariff impacts Audi, 100% imported. Porsche is 100% imported. Ferrari as well. Then BMW 50%, Mercedes 50%. So on and so on. Stellantis 60%, Volkswagen 15%. Widespread price increases are coming. You see that with Ferrari saying it will raise prices by 10% on some models to offset auto tariffs. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but take a look at how expensive a Ferrari is. Lastly, the S&P 500. I also wanted to state we have a warning signal still. Gold reaching all-time highs again, almost up to 3,100, maybe even hit it already as I'm filming right now. 569.35, SPY sideways. Yesterday we called out a breakdown on SPY because we broke below key support levels. Now we're testing resistance, which was support at 570, seeing if we can break above it. But right now the SPY does look weak on a shorter time frame. Here's the thing. SPY cracked down and Gamestop cracked down. I think they're both now going to test this channel before we even get a move higher. With that being said, that would bring SPY down to hug this channel sub 559.50. So we're looking at 558 to 558.50 before the SPY gets another bounce. And maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe we bounce from here off of some positive catalyst, but I'd watch for the SPY. Maybe even, depending on how long we take, we could end of close Friday bounce off of 556.80. That is the original level that we're watching for a harsh sell-off and then a harsh bounce off of that level. So write that down. 557 even is the main bottom. I think I would be fine with entering calls at that range. 557 on the SPY. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. If you don't know what's happening with GameStop and Bitcoin and you didn't see yesterday's video, make sure to go watch that because this could lead to an infinity squeeze, especially if Bitcoin does a super cycle. We have the top 2 links in the description. One is for my Discord server where we talk stocks and crypto with the most amazing people, best vibes, best traders in there, guys. People are literally changing their lives by just joining the Discord and trading. Come talk with me, come talk with us in there, stocks and crypto all day long, post our trades. We also have tons of benefits, alerts in there. It's a one-stop shop. The second link in the description is for Moomoo, where you can get up to 30 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock. What you have to do, sign up through the link, open an account, and deposit once they approve you. It should take 2 to 5 minutes, and you're getting free money. And if you've done it, copy this Moomoo link, send it to a friend or family member, say, hey, sign up, and then deposit into your account so you get some free stocks. It's free money. People are in troubled times right now. And you can use this, right? You can use that money to potentially just some good ideas, not financial advice. Go over to Blowfin, leverage trade crypto, build that account up, or, drop it or leave it in the account, collect the 8.1% APY Moomoo gives you, right? There are several things that you could do with the money. But again, get in the Discord server and press the Moomoo link. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.